What does your pile of shame say about you? When I look over mine, um, it says that I'm ambitious, and it says that I am easily distracted. I think too. Um, Most people look at piles of shame as bad things. A lot of the time, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe there's funds here that could have been invested more wisely. Projects that I know that I'm never going to get to. Um, and things that could probably be rehomed to better homes. Is a pile of shame a bad thing? I can't answer that question. Uh, yeah, for the most part, yes. Yes, I think it is. But the pile of shame. Why do we call it the pile of shame? Are we shameful of the projects that we've aspired to complete and haven't? Are we shameful by our lack of painting? Because if it was painted, would it wouldn't be a pile of shame, would it? It would be a pile of pride. I don't know. I don't know. But here is probably 95% of my pile of shame. I've got a few sprues. I think I was pretty generous by looking at things and going like, yeah, nah, look, that's more like bits. When in the actual fact, it was probably should have been added to the pile. Um, Pile is overwhelming when looking at it like this. I've got boxes here next to me. A couple still in shrimp. One opened just to admire the contents, and a couple in various stages of completion. Um, yeah, projects that I've aspired to, things that I've bought. Probably FOMO. That's a big thing. Um, Convinced by other parties that purchases maybe wise. Um, at the front there, I've got jet bikes and I forget what they are called, the jet boards from Dark Eldar, from the Gangs of Kimura box that came out a little while ago, which was a boxed game um, where you would fight your Hellions versus the jet bikes around the spires in Kimura. I've got Gene Stealers from the um, what was the box from the Lost World, Lost Patrol. It's hard to keep up. Um, Knights, a lot of Age of Sigmar stuff, considering I've really never played a game. But that's all thanks to the Mortal Realms magazine that comes out weekly. It was too good of a deal. Eventually, maybe. I tell myself that I will get around to it, but I've got Nighthaunt, Stormcast, more Stormcast, and then other game systems as well. It's not all just Warhammer here. Armada, a couple of Kings of War models. Some of these things I've bought because I think they're cool and they might be cool to paint. Um, but that's the thing, you actually have to get around to getting it done. And that's hard, especially when there's so much coming out, so much new stuff. Um, I've even got a Marvel Crisis Protocol, Star-Lord in the middle there. So, yeah, the pile of shame. Well, this is one part of the hobby that I think I hate. Well, look, it's a love-hate relationship, really. You know, of course, buying new models, new shiny plastic gets exciting. You take it home, and all the possibilities, running through your head of how you could build this army or how you can paint these models, and then they go on the pile because you are working on something else, and they're to get done as soon as this current project is done. But I think this isn't just me. Of course, this is you and others out there as well, and your friends. It's all of us, really. I don't think there's anyone out there that can stick to one project and not buy any more minis while they're working on that project. So here in front of me is a lot of ambition, a lot of projects that I don't think will ever see completion, but you know, it is there. It sparks in the back of my mind one day that maybe I'll get around to doing it. Um, an Infinity Warband would be cool. Got Necromunda, bits and pieces. Um, Flames of War, a German half of the Hit the Beach box. Test of Honor, which if you're familiar with the channel, that is something we are hitting quite hard. So I can definitely see them getting done. But there are things here which I, you know, it almost saddens me to think that they'll probably remain in their current state for a very long time. But who knows? Future me, or some other future hobbyist may get to finish these projects that I will not. Warhammer Underworlds was a big thing for me. I got quite hyped into it. The fact of painting a warband was quite interesting, and I got about 7 of them done. You know, having each miniature was different enough to feel like you were painting a character. So when you're painting 3 to 7 models, it is quite easy to do. And then I started getting into the habit of every time a new one came out, buying it, thinking that I'm going to get them all done eventually. You know, like, am I going to have every single warband painted? I even found a couple in like stores that were no longer available, as they seem to print them for a while and then they vanish. And as soon as I saw one of those, if I didn't have it, I snagged it up. Yeah, and like the even the box sets, like I've got Beastgrave here. I I come to realize that I can't just buy every warband. Financially, that is not clever, and it is just taking up more and more of my hobby space. I started storing things in boxes. I've got Age of Sigmar boxes, 40k boxes, and even a box dedicated to Underworlds. And that was when I was unpacking it for this video. It was quite surprising as to like how many warbands I was pulling out of there. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Do I keep buying them just to have it when I eventually get around to it? I don't know. So this here is my pile of shame. So, our pile of shame. Is it something that we should be ashamed about? What does our pile of shame tell us? Does it tell us that we can't commit to projects? Does it tell us that we are too ambitious? That we think we can take on these extra projects and we have time and that we'll get there? Or does it tell us that we don't paint enough models? I don't know. Maybe all, or maybe none. Maybe our pile of shame is there to drive us forward in painting models, in getting projects done. What would a way be that we could slim this down? Of course, first and foremost is sell things, right? I can't really imagine selling anything I've got here. Like if push come to shove and I was going to be like homeless tomorrow, yeah, of course, everything would be for sale, you know, but that's not going to happen. So I've got these things that I can aspire to achieve, projects that I've had on the go for years now. Necrons there, which was a 8th edition army I started building. Yeah, Flames of War, which I've painted 2 little bases of models. I don't know. I'm going to look at piles of shame as not so much something to be shameful about. Of course, you know, I wish I could have models painted. I can look at almost every model here and instantly I know why I've got it. And probably why it's in the current state that it is. Up the front there, I have the Start Collecting box from the Chaos Space Marines, which contains probably the coolest 40k model, which is the Venom Crawler. Who doesn't love a spider that's half demon engine, You know, like it's just awesome to me. My fiance bought that for me 2 years ago, maybe more. I don't know, when it first came out, and I don't know how she would feel if she knew it was still in its current state. Yeah. Pile of shame. This is something too that I probably have hidden from her. I don't know if she'll watch this, and I certainly don't know if she's been in this room since I've displayed it out like this. But yeah. So I want to know, if you can, in the comments, tell me about your pile of shame. Join our Discord on hobbyhomies.com and post up pictures of your pile of shame. Make me feel better about myself or worse. Either way, I don't mind. I would just love to know what you think and what you've got in front of you. And yeah, anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Shane from the Hobby Homies podcast. See you guys next time. Hooroo.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One